fellas, we can be that mistake. Let's do this. Hey, everybody.
Hey, guys.
We are Embrace the Suck 21.
Yes, we are.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm Daniel.
Coming at you with a little something different today. We're asking why Thomas wasn't a useful engine in real life.
Which is, I mean, this is an age-old question.
Right.
Everyone asks this. I ask this myself at least twice a day. Like, what was Thomas and why do you have a face and never talked?
Right.
My son has discovered Thomas the Tank Engine.
Uh-huh.
And it's just not the same, man.
No?
It's just not the same.
Yeah, like I liked it when it was like the animate. It wasn't the animated. It was like the wood figures that was on a track, and like their faces just were like this all the time, and then, like it was like both Ringo Starr and George Carlin
like
voiced them,
which is the funniest things. Anyway,
yeah,
it's the funniest things. Let's do this.
Let's dive in.
Thomas is known as a really useful engine, a phrase so capitalized on that this video is likely going to get me in trouble for copyright infringement. In reality, however, the engine he was based off was, to put politely, bloody useless. When the old E1 locomotives on the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway were starting to get worn out, and with workloads only getting bigger and heavier, the company decided to order 5 new tank engines for shunting and hauling freight. These came in the form of the E2s in 1913. While the engines were good at shunting around their heavy goods and coaches, their water tanks were very small, so they had to refill often. When the second batch of 5 was ordered, they were given slightly bigger water tanks to help them while working. Despite this, they were still unsuitable for pulling freight trains as they had relatively small bunkers, meaning they couldn't go far before needing to be topped up. 2 were tried.
So basically, they weren't that useful because they needed to drink a lot.
Yeah.
They got thirsty really easy because they couldn't hold a bunch of water or something.
Which is on par with our UK brethren.
Yeah.
They need to drink a lot to be productive.
Yeah, and I know that they mentioned London to Brighton. Mm-hmm. Brighton is basically the San Francisco of the UK.
Ah.
So I guess this is like traveling, like a traveling kind of railroad now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
On a push-pull passenger service. However, they were found to be inadequate due to the engines oscillating while travelling at speed, causing an uncomfortable ride, and the limited range they had because of their bunkers. After the LB and SCR became part of Southern Rail in 1924, the engines were moved to various marshalling yards to do the work of engines that were either too old or not suitable for the job of shunting. In the 50s, they were moved to Southampton docks by British Rail to work as shunters loading and unloading ships. Even then, they weren't best suited for the job either, as they had a 16-foot wheelbase, meaning they were limited to certain areas of...
I can't look at this engine without a face.
It's a little weird.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
It's like the dark, gritty reality of Thomas. Like behind the scenes.
Right. It's like, but I guess you don't have to see them that often because they're just shunting freight around the train yard, not actually on the railroad.
It's funny because I never... To be honest, man, I've never thought about trains. Like, I don't know anything about trains.
I mean, I grew up, like, right next... My grandparents' house, like, was right next to a railroad track.
Oh, my God.
And Norfolk Southern would come be delivering coal. That's like their line on the East Coast. So I would see that all the time.
You know, they make awesome pensions if you work on the railroad.
Yeah,
man. That's a dying profession, unfortunately. But dude, this is weird. This is weird. I just, sometimes like you demystify your childhood by learning too much.
Ruin your childhood.
Yeah,
basically.
you're like, oh, this is Thomas. He was basically fucking pointless.
Yeah, a pointless engine.
But he taught me so many good things.
I know.
Now look at him. He's all like Great Depressioned out. All right.
meaning they were limited to certain areas of the docks due to the tight turns and curves of the track. At the same time, the USA tanks that were working the same docks had a 10-foot wheelbase, meaning they were better suited for the tighter turns of the docks than the E2s. In summary, the engines were, as stated in the beginning, useless. They were only fit for shunting despite being built with pulling freight trains in mind, and even then they weren't very good at that either because of their insufficient fuel capacity. Reportedly, braking on the engines was hard too, with the air brakes engaging sharply and the engine's brakes being rather poor, which was one of the inspirations behind the story of Thomas and the trucks. It's no surprise really that all of them were scrapped once they were replaced. They were just too large to be practical shunters and couldn't travel long distances to work as goods or passenger engines. So if you happen to catch anyone calling Thomas a really useful engine, then you can now confidently state that that phrase is complete bull. Subscribe for more.
Like, oh man, why? Like, I love that. Like, oh, Thomas, yeah, like, no, that's bullshit.
Yeah, he's not a useful engine. Come on, he was terrible.
Yeah, so, but he was great at teaching kids.
Yeah, he was like, he was a good, kids television program.
And that's where that train should have stopped.
Yeah, it should not have pulled out of that other station.
Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah. I still like Thomas.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, hey, I still, man, I think I have like 8 different versions of Thomas around my house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like all the toys that Alexander has.
Yeah.
Just Thomas.
I'm sure my nephew has some too. I
Yeah.
mean, I think he's more into like Tonka trucks now.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But as is the case with kids and all that, and I just gotta keep in perspective, like these cartoons are not made for adults.
No.
When you see them as adults, like they're not made for adults. They're made for kids.
I like that. Someday I'm like, was Thomas really helpful? Like, no. His engine type was useless.
Right. It was BS.
Yeah, it was BS.
Yeah.
Thomas the Tank Engine, piece of shit. And then just crushes thoughts.
Yeah, he crushes the childhood of so many, myself included. But you know what? Train of Thought, the channel. I'm giving y'all 2 thumbs up for this one.
Oh yeah, man.
This was funny,
Hey,
and it was educational too.
It was as long as something like this could have been.
Right. Like,
Yeah. Glad this wasn't 45 minutes.
oh no! I would have clicked. I don't think we would have clicked on that
No.
if we had done that.
Oh
Oh
man.
man, let's wrap this here.
Yeah.
Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that bell, and sharing with your friends.
Share with your friends, guys.
Let us know if there's any other childhood things that we should ruin on this channel.
Yeah, because we do that.
Yeah, or we're about to do that.
Yeah.
We've already done this with this one.
Yep.
So next.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna give us an end card here. Did you have one more thing to say?
No.
Okay.
No, Barney.
Barney.
If that was a T-Rex, he would have eaten all those kids. All of them. I'm just saying.
I think that's the next episode.
That's the next episode.
Until then, wash your hands, scrub your toes, wipe your ass, blow your nose.
And embrace the suck, guys.
See y'all next time.
Later.